This meeting is being recorded.
Cool. Yeah. So hi guys. Welcome to join the second ETHDenver Virtual Hackathon project demo session. This is Chris from DoraHacks, and it's my pleasure and very exciting to be here to host your guys today. For this year, it's actually the first time that DoraHacks to support the ETHDenver for both in-person and virtual hackathon. And in the end of the hackathon, we have 171 project submissions for in-person one and nearly 300 for the virtual one. So congratulations, guys! You all made it. And today we are very happy to have 6 of the virtual hackathon team with us. They are ElectricKeeper, motoDEX, ColorWeb3 and robotrust.xyz and Unwanted. And for every project, you will have 8 to 10 minutes for presentation. And please make sure that you will mute yourself when other is presenting. Yeah, so without further ado, let's welcome the first project, which is the robotrust.xyz to start. And for all the audience, if you have any questions during the session, please feel free to ask in our YouTube chat room. And yeah, feel free to start when you're ready.
Hi, so I'm Christian Marlowe. I'm one of the people on robotrust, along with Sasha Aldrich and Kyle Banta, who are on also. I'm going to give a little bit of the background on what we're doing, and then Sasha's going to take over and show a demo of the solution. And so if you can see, can you see, I shared my screen. Everybody can see that, or well, hopefully you can. So so what we're trying to do for our project here is remove barriers to.
Sorry, Christian. We cannot see your screen sharing right now.
You cannot?
Yeah, we cannot.
Okay, let me try again here.
Just saw it before, so maybe something.
Oh yeah, but now it's
okay. Great. All right. So so what we're trying to do with this project is remove barriers to charitable giving by people who hold crypto. It's a big problem right now. There's a lot of people who have a lot of crypto, and a lot of those people are charitable, but it's very difficult for charities to receive it, and it's very difficult for crypto holders to send it. With a typical type of donation, the way it normally works is a donor gives money to charity, and then kind of a perk of that for the donor is they get to take a tax deduction. And kind of the pros for a donor in this situation is they get to support the charity of choice, and they get a tax deduction, and the charity gets immediate donation, which is very beneficial to them. But the con to that is that a lot of people who are holding assets, especially crypto, are not quite ready to let it go yet because they're pretty bullish on the appreciation. And so a lot of people delay their commitment to charity. And kind of the big problem over time is that the longer people delay commitments, the more likely it is that the commitments won't be fulfilled, that the money will never get to the charity. And so a lot of charities wish there was a way for donors to basically make commitments for future donations. And it turns out that there's a method that a lot of very wealthy people use that is exactly that. And it's called a charitable remainder trust. And with a charitable remainder trust, basically a donor gives property into a trust that holds the property. They get an immediate tax reduction. And then for the duration of the trust, they get paid back a part of the money that's sitting there gaining value. But at the end of the term, the money, instead of going to like an heir of theirs, the money goes to a charity. And the benefits of that for a donor is that they still get to support the charity. They get to benefit from the gains of the money that's invested for the charity. They get an immediate tax reduction. On the charity side, the pros are that they get an earlier commitment of money, and then they can use that commitment to kind of plan out what they're going to do with it. They also get to share in the appreciation of the gains. But there's kind of problems on both sides. The problems for charity side is they have to wait for funds. And on the donor side, there's a lot of legal costs that it's very expensive to have attorneys set this kind of thing up. And these structures don't normally let you give in crypto, which is really important because of certain ways that the tax laws in the US, if you give your money, if you convert your crypto to cash first and then give it to a charity, you actually can pay more tax than if you just gave them the crypto itself. So what we did is we built what we call a BAM trust, and that's a type of trust that runs on the blockchain. So we basically built a charitable remainder BAM trust. And the crux of it is that basically a donor sends ETH to a smart contract. That smart contract pays back that annuity in ETH back to the wallet over time. And then at the expiration of the contract, the remaining ETH gets paid to the charity's wallet. The charity gets the money in the same way they would if you set it up in a traditional trust, and the donor gets the same type of tax deduction. But the difference here is you don't need to have an attorney to set anything up because the contract code itself functions as the trust instrument. So it's legally recognized just like a regular trust with an attorney, and it meets all the IRS regulations. So right now we're just supporting ETH, but the goal in the future is to support more types of digital assets like NFTs or other cryptocurrencies. And kind of the other thing we're looking into is how we can connect directly with charities to make it easier to give. And then kind of it's part of a larger project where we're building a series of kind of smart contract-based asset holding structures that individuals can use, DAOs can use, and then even maybe traditional corporations might want to use. So to show kind of how it works and how easy it is, we'll let Sasha take over and do a demo.
Hi there. Let me share my screen. Thanks very much for that, Christian. Can everyone see my screen?
Not yet. So I think Christian need to.
Oh
yeah, when I ask it.
All right.
Good. Okay, let me just get rid of this so everyone can see robotrust. Good. All right, thanks for that, Christian. So I'll just step you through a quick walkthrough of the front end and talk to you about what features we have currently. So this is robotrust.xyz. You can go on it yourself if you'd like. We are currently running on Arbitrum Rinkeby for test purposes, and we use Arbitrum as a good layer 2 for cheap gas fees and really quick final times. So I'm going to go ahead, click get started, which was what I would do normally, but I've got one prepared. So just to save us some time. So here I've connected my wallet. At the top, you saw that connect wallet button. And here we have two different types of trust. This is the charitable remainder trust that Christian kindly just talked us through. And this is a different type of trust that is not a charity trust, but that is irrelevant to this presentation. So what we have, one ETH in here. This is using a Chainlink Oracle. If I type something else, it should update slowly. This is using a Chainlink Oracle to retrieve the price feed at the moment. But let's leave it at 1 ETH, which is almost perfectly $3,000, which is good value here. So we have the annuitant, the trustee, and the charity address, and we can set a term in years for the trust length, and we can set an annuity payment percentage. The annuity payment percentage is the amount that is returned. So let's say there's 1 ETH in the trust, and you set it as 10%, it will return you 0.1 ETH, and that changes obviously with every year as the amount of ETH gets lower. We use Chainlink keepers to automate payouts based on every year. So every year, the Chainlink keepers will organize a payment back. So it's a decentralized way of paying back. So let's step through this and click generate the signing document. We get this little pop-up here that explains pretty much everything you need to know to do with this trust. When are you going to get paid? How much? You see, had 10% here. It thinks I'm at 0.1 at the moment. I think that might just be a little cache glitch. And yeah, so let's just click I understand and agree and believe that we read it. And my MetaMask will pop up saying, go ahead and pay just over 1 ETH, Arbitrum test ETH. It's just waiting for the blockchain. catch up with us? Great. And now I can go ahead. If we waited for a little while, it would load here, but I'm just going to skip that just to give us a, here we go. So this is the 2 trusts I formed today. Here's the trust that we just got here, initial ETH amount with the 10% payment back, and so on and so forth. So that is how the robotrust front end works. And now it is deployed to Arbitrum Rinkeby. It will pay you back on these dates, this amount. And finally, these addresses are all under my control, but you set a charity address and they will receive value of your assets upon your expiration, to put nicely. So that is the walkthrough. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for the presentation, and thank you guys for the time to be here and join us today. It's our pleasure to host you guys tonight. Yeah, and we're gonna move to the next project, which is the ElectricKeeper.
Everybody?
Hey. Yeah, Marcus, your voice is a bit blurred. No, yeah. And just feel free to start when you guys are ready.
Okay, is this better?
Mm-hmm. That's better.
Okay. Yeah, so I have my headphones in. You won't be able to kind of hear like a sound. Okay, I'll try to put it to play. But anyway, so we are ElectricKeeper. Let me share my screen. Okay. Can everyone see my screen okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so actually before we get into the presentation, I want to actually do a quick demo. So this is an interactive demo. So Chris, I have a question. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue, okay. Okay, so we just bought 1 minute worth of blue electricity. So a second or two, once this gets confirmed. So you can't hear the sound effect, but it said voltage alert detected on my headphones just now, and the video demo as well. So I'm gonna let that run because something's gonna happen in a minute or two. So we're gonna first go to the presentation. So we're here to make a statement, right? We're here to say that electric distribution has problems. What do we mean by that? Well, it wastes time, human error, and identity theft. So our solution is a hybrid smart contract which automates electric distribution. So the automated aspect of this is that we actually use Chainlink keepers to automatically turn off lights that are on that are expired. So for our stack, we're using Polygon Mumbai testnet for deploying our smart contract, and we're also using Chainlink as well for various services. We actually use all 4 Chainlink services for this project. We really love Chainlink. Even my shirt has Chainlink on it, if you can see it. So yeah, I'll have Joanna talk about the front end a little bit.
Yeah, sure. The front end is built using React, where we utilize different Web3 libraries, like the Web3 React provider to connect. Oh no, Marcus, now there's like audio. Oh, that was the Chainlink keepers.
Did everyone hear that sound effect, or?
Yeah, that was the Chainlink keepers going off, just signaling that the blue light is off. But what was I saying? We were using the Web3 React provider to connect with different wallets, like the Wallet Connect, MetaMask, and Coinbase. And we also host the front end on Fleek and IPFS, as well as the Skynet Labs, where you can access it through the CSky portal.
Yeah, so here's the GPIO pinout for the Raspberry Pi 4 for controlling the LEDs like an electrical grid. And here's like a top-down view of how the smart contract works, so like a flowchart. So basically, the user picks a unit, and they can either buy or renew their unit. So this is convenient so that they don't have to like wait for the LED to turn on or off. It could just be renewed. And the way we actually deal with the expirations is we have 2 ways of doing it. We have a manual way and we have the automated way. So basically, the owner has the ability to cut the power when the LED is still on, and then the expiration time occurs. So I'll have John kind of explain how we automate that with Chainlink keepers. John, are you talking? Can you hear?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Yeah, we use Chainlink
to check for expiration conditions using the check upkeep function. And then once those conditions are met, it would basically trigger the keepers to change state on chain with the perform upkeep function. Yeah, and then we also give, this would be to mimic emergencies. We give the owner the ability to turn LEDs off. And then we also give them the ability to turn it back on once that emergency maintenance has been completed. And then the LED would stay on for the remaining time before we had the emergency off. Yeah, so this is how the hardware communicates with a smart contract. We are running an Alchemy WebSocket secure connection with web3.js, and it's reading events from our smart contract being emitted. And once that event is emitted, then we check through all the LED voltages, and then we update the states. So John could talk a little bit about Chainlink VRF v2, which recently came out actually during this hackathon. Yeah, so we wanted to try to use v2 just because it's the new version for Chainlink. But yeah, we basically knew that it was a secure, responsive, and gas efficient way to get random numbers on chain. So while it's not a part of the main ElectricKeeper's contract, we made a random 8-bit light show where we request random words, fulfill random words, and then display them on that LED board that we're using for ElectricKeepers as well. Yeah, so the way we do that is because the values are too large or like huge UINT values, we compress them off chain on the hardware with the script and from 1 to 255. And as an experiment, we wanted to kind of research ZK tech. So we made like a ZK event counter, just like a basic piece of ZK tech that we experimented with. And to actually get accurate data on chain, we have a API from a provider, which tells us the residential rate for electricity. So we kind of take that data and then we scale it based off of what Kieran worked on. So Kieran, can you tell us a little bit about the conversion that we did?
Yeah, sure. So we had taken payments in Matic, and we're doing this to simulate a stable coin that avoids us wasting gas and time using an extra approval function. So on to the next slide. And to do this, we're getting the latest Matic to USD conversion from a Chainlink price feed in the following way there. On to the next one. And as you can see, the return value from a 1 penny function is very close to the equivalent of a penny in USD, but in Matic.
Yeah, we also did some integration testing with Chainlink, all 4 services, and we also did full solidity coverage testing for smart contracts. So yep, that's about it. So I guess we're open to Q&A.
Do you want to explain what happened with the status on the LED?
Oh, sure, yeah. So let me jump to the status page. So yeah, so this is basically a way to monitor the status. So I'll buy another LED really quick. I'll buy like red. So one thing I will say about this is that, and I noticed this when loading this up, is that if you're gonna use this, I recommend using high gas, so to speak, so that the price of Matic doesn't fluctuate too much, otherwise it might fail. So that's one risk with this, as opposed to using stable coins. So I'm gonna refresh this page. And then here, you could actually see an expiration time logged, and since I'm the owner for this contract, I could actually switch it off and reserve the time. So let me connect my wallet again. And then I'll cut the power and I should be able to reserve it once it confirms. Okay, it's off. Should take a second or two to load. It's a little slow on this page. Okay. Okay, as you can see here, it's reserved, and then I can turn it back on. Emergency on. So state 2 means that it was off for an emergency, but I can reserve it. So it doesn't go to waste if someone bought electricity. I'll turn it back on. And here's the VRF page. I'm not connected to Rankaview right now. I'd have to switch to see these values, but yeah, these are the VRF values. Here's the status page, Mumbai, switch back. So it might actually turn off again because it's been a few seconds. Okay, so you can see it's reserved. It's gonna probably turn off in a second or two with Chainlink keepers. So I guess in the meantime, we could take a question, and we're running out of time.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys, for the presentation. Unfortunately, we won't have much time for the Q&A part, but definitely appreciate your time and presentation and to be here with us. Yep.
Okay.
And thank
Billy, do
you
you
for
want to?
that. Cool. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yep. And we're gonna move to the next project, which is the motoDEX. Oh, Marcus, don't forget to turn off your screen share. Yeah. Great. And Alex, you can start.
Yeah, okay. It works.
Yeah, it works.
Okay, good. So thank you very much for your time today. I'm glad to present a game called motoDEX. This game was started by create my team, OpenBC, and we have a separated division called OpenBC Metaverse Studios, who provide, publish NFT games. And so few words about OpenBC. This is a multi-chain NFT actions which was created on Binance Smart Chain, but now we support Polygon, near Aurora, 3 more chains ahead, and we are focused on to provide a DEX version of NFT with no registrations. We provide mobile apps, wallet included, and focus on simplicity and true value distribution to all of our buyers and sellers. And last year, at September when we launched it, I understand that we can do even more than just an NFT marketplace. And I decided to create OpenBC Metaverse Studios. We are using part of existing team and add more game developers and designers, focusing to focus on NFT games in the future. So what about motoDEX? It's like a complete simulator of motorcycle races. So where you can just start the race, you can buy NFT as a motor and then do competitive cycles. And this is unlimited opportunity for any people. Players can earn money from all bidders. People outside of competitions can make a bid for that cycle. And all the ecosystem are designed and built based on US dollars to avoid confusing non-crypto users. And this is like a type of assets which we provide in games. There are 6 game avatars, bike drivers, and 10 races, which limited 3 pieces each. And the health capsules, which provide the opportunity to restore health after the race was done. So if you can take a look on existing gamify market, I guess you feel yourself like a crazy. I'm IT guy. I'm with like 10 years in crypto, but I tried to even start playing X Infinity, and I can't. I spend hours and weeks. But it's so complicated now to start. And if you take a look on another games, they follow similar way. So it's a very complicated even to understand what is it and how to start playing. And second point, which you can saw the market, this is a confused level of tokens why we use. So we need a token of ecosystem, token of gameplay, next level tokens, and whatever, tokens of tokens. so it's just added a confusing level and difficulty level, which I can't agree that it's a good point for the mass market adoption. If you compare with us, we are just designed it as a few clicks game. So you just launch it, connect wallet, post your NFT to main smart contract, and start earn or play with a simple dashboard. And we're using native coin, BNB or Matic, to make a bids, and using a Chainlink feeds to provide the USD based prices. So it's avoid again confusing for the users and simplify most processes. So this is like, let's move to product demo. Okay. Okay, let me start. So you can see it's just reasonable game. So you can place a gear and a drive. For test version, you don't connect the wallet, but okay, sorry, I am crashed. But in the final version, you of course connect wallet. We'll see NFTs there, etc. So thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions, you can always email me, and you can take a look on our marketplace Metaverse tab to buy NFT assets in game. Okay, thank you. And I like to say appreciate for whole DoraHacks team and Chris to give me opportunity. Guys, you are amazing, really. You support a lot of projects, and I appreciate all what you do for OpenBC and for other projects as well. Yep, thank you.
Yeah, it's also our pleasure to support the OpenBC and also the motoDEX project. Yeah, and good to see you again here. Thanks for the motoDEX presentation, and we're gonna move to the next project, which is the ColorWeb3. And yeah, Anthony, feel free to start.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Antonio. I am from the team of ColorWeb3. Sorry for my teammate. They doesn't hear, but I will share my screen and talk a little about things that we are doing. So our first goal is empowering citizens through decentralization. So we are make your government procedure effortless. We know that the government procedures are sometimes quite a bit headache, and so we trying to keep the citizens up to date about laws, about legislation, about things, and we want the feedback from the people and give the feedback to the agencies, and we want to the people to get involved, get active about this, and we reward the people that get in touch with the government and all things. So how this is different? Well, this is different because it's decentralized. We encrypt the data, we have data persistence, we move this data across chains, and we make this product accessible for anyone, and the best part is you own your own profile, so you control the things that you share with another people, another blockchains, and you only share the info that you want to share with the government and other agencies. So how this works? Well, this works using email, an email for our life, and a classic email. Index ideal for not crypto enthusiasts, people that it doesn't have a tech background or doesn't understand how to get a crypto account, to save a private key, and we save a lot of headaches from the people that lost the key, the wallet, and another things. So the only thing you need to do is log in with your email account, and if you have a technical background or you are a crypto enthusiast, you can easily add your main crypto account or another crypto account to share and interact with your account. And the other thing that we do to make a verification is linked to my Colorado application, or just ask to an admin, designer person, to verify that we are the people that we are saying that we are. And in the future, we want to implement the proof of humanity and another kind of proof to get verified. And once we verify it, we can provide feedback and make our procedures, like get a license, get a hunting license, have a brand new livestock, and do a lot of things more. So I will, and that is the technical part about how we do this. We are using the Magic SDK to create a public account and a public address. We do in the backend all the single of transactions. We connect to 3D ceramic with a custom data model. That data model has the info from the citizens and a lot of more. And that info is submitted in a timestamp to different and multi-chains once of time. And I will show you the demo. I have here a demo, and that's the app. We have my profile. Let me we are here, and we did the account, and the profiles for an account have the different information about participation, about anything related to this. So I don't know what this is. This isn't working properly. Yeah. Yeah, well, don't worry. We have this part about the neutrality, request to be verified, request hunting licenses, and other things about notification, how we want to get notified, get alerts, get account activity, and we can edit about how they use our data and a lot of things more. So thank you. I think that is all.
Yep, got it. Thanks for the presentation, and thank you for your time, Antonio. And we're gonna move to the next project, which is the Nftly. Yeah, I hope that pronounced right. Cody. Oh, sorry, Jeffrey. Yeah. Don't forget to unmute yourself.
Okay. Good evening.
You better start.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity you gave so we can be able to share our project. Let me share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. Trying to. Okay. Okay. I'm Jeffrey. My teammate is not here. I think they're very busy working on something. You can hear me, right? So we are working on NFT marketplace. It's an NFT marketplace where people can create, swap, buy, sell, and share the digital assets on the Avalanche blockchain network. That is basically what it's for. Then it has two core features. The NFT marketplace has two core features, which is the marketplace and the social file. That marketplace and social file. Then the marketplace is where they can carry out their NFT transaction, such as buying, selling, swapping, sharing their NFTs and rest. That is for the marketplace. I'll try to be very fast. Then you have the core features of the marketplace, which is you have the NFT marketplace where they can list their tokens, delist them, buy, create, auction them, and also get tipped. People can also get tipped on their tokens. Then we have the NFT drops where people can be able to know the upcoming NFT projects that are yet to be launched. Then we have the utility. Now, we're working on something very important where people can be able to, their creators can be able to add utility to their tokens. I think that is what's going to be the next phase of the NFTs. So each person should be able to have utility for his token. So we are working on that in the Nftly marketplace. Then the social file is aimed at bringing together the creators, the collectors, the developers, the investors, and all of them. So far you're in the NFT space, it is aimed at bringing everybody together through a decentralized concept of reward social interaction. Yes. Now, by the time you interact with our system, you get rewarded, you get tipped for your NFTs. You have great opportunities to meet with both the collectors, you can get hired as a developer or as a creator. So that is for the social file. Then the core features of the social file, we have the tipping as well, which I've already talked about. We have the real-time messaging application, We have the utility, then the media, where the artists, filmmakers can also get real value for their tokens. The artists, the filmmakers can get real value for their tokens through utilities, through royalties and tipping as well. Then our future updates, which is something that we're going to work on as we progress. We are working on something where people can be able to make purchase with their NFTs. So we'll be having a store where people can be able to make purchase a valuable item with their NFTs. Then staking to aim, we have people to be able to invest in their in an NFT project. You don't know how to go about the project, but you have money to invest, then you can use our platform to invest in an NFT project. Then also allow creators to own their own smart contract, create their own smart contract on the platform. Yeah, I think that is all for that. Then I will do a demo on what we've done so far. Okay, this is the Nftly platform. We have the marketplace up and running already. Then the social file is still in development. So here we can be able to create, people can be able to create their NFTs. They can be able to mint their NFTs. So first of all, I have to log into the DApp. So we use MetaMask. So it's actually built on the Avalanche network so that we can be able to decrease gas fees that people pay. I think that is one of the reasons why most people are running from NFTs. The gas fees are too high and too much. So we decided to go with the Avalanche blockchain. So we are logged into the app. So we have quite a whole lot of things going on here. A whole lot of things. We have people can be able to create their NFTs. So let us just do a demo for that. So to create, all you just have to do is go to this button here, click on that, then random picture. Then I have a collection already created. See, this is so it's going to mint live on the blockchain. Going to mint live on the blockchain. So let's wait for it and give it a little time. Okay. So our NFT has been minted. Then you can go over to this page to see all what we have. And this one we just minted now. It's coming up because of metadata. So these are the NFTs that we have on the platform currently. So you can decide to check the details of whatever NFT. You can decide to purchase an NFT, or you can decide to list an NFT. So here, this is the detailed split of the NFT, NFTs. So you have a full detail of what the NFT is, the collection, where it's the name of the NFT, token ID, the description, have about the collection, have details of the NFT all here. Then we also captured the history of transaction that occurred in this particular NFT. So let's check over here and see if so this is actually my address. This is my address. As you can see, it went live on the blockchain. So we have a token, which is this NFT here. Then there is something else you can do. You can list the NFT. Someone else can purchase it. This is the one we created just now. So it's all the data is operating. So there it is. So the owner has a different view from the viewer. So I own this NFT, so I have a different view. So I can decide to list this for sale. I'm listing for one avalanche. Let's go back to this. Okay. As you can see, you can now purchase it for one avalanche, and also you can cancel your listing. I think that is all. We have a whole lot of things happening here as well. So we don't have time to cover everything.
Great. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. And also thanks for the Nftly teams to join us today. And we're gonna move to the next, but not the least project, which is the Unwanted. Jeffrey, don't forget to stop the screen sharing from your side. Yep, and Nathan, feel free to start.
Yeah. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me here. My name is Nathan Nftly. I am the lead developer, lead engineer for Studio Unwanted and their Unwanted, our Unwanted app. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Let's see. This. Let me know if you can see my screen and everything. I'm just going to make it wide so you can see outside of this. Okay. Can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we made this an application called Studio Unwanted, or the Unwanted app, and the gist of it is Unwanted is a tool that enables blockchain users to clean their wallet of unwanted digital assets. This is an app for blockchain enthusiasts, people who have been on a blockchain, people who are familiar with tokens being on any chain, Avalanche, Binance, Smart Chain, Ethereum, all the major chains. If you've been on the blockchain, you probably have heard something, or the term shitcoin, where a shitcoin is something where you probably put your money into and you lost out money on, or a friend told you to invest in it and it went through the moon, it went to the moon and it went down before you were able to like sell it or anything. But the gist is like you start to accumulate when you're on the blockchain and you're messing around the blockchain, you start to accumulate a lot of tokens that you may not want in certain wallets. And if you want to organize yourself, it's kind of hard right now to send multiple tokens to different wallets or different addresses and maintain like kind of an organization with your wallets. So the problem is that it's hard to send multiple tokens and NFTs to different addresses or to airdrop them in a clean, simple way. So what Unwanted is an application that enables you to send multiple tokens in a single transaction, which saves you time and gas and saves complexity. So the application has three main features: airdropping, the black hole, which is annihilation, and standard multi-transfers. We'll start with airdropping, and airdropping just allows a user to send batches of an ERC20 contract or any token like Dogecoin, anything, any token to multiple different addresses. Currently, the smart contract can send a batch of a certain balance up to 200 different addresses. So we'll go ahead and I'll show you what that looks like. Let me move this here. So if we go to the application, we have this this black hole called the airdropper, and it allows you to send a balance of a single token to up to 200 addresses. So how this works is it has a smart contract that allows you to send this token to these addresses. It facilitates that transaction. So if we were to go to the app, let me just go ahead and show you a basic overview of the application from the homepage. So we have the three features here: the black hole, the hyperloop, and the airdropper. The black hole is annihilation. What annihilation does is that if you really want to get rid of a token, you want to destroy it, you can send it to the black hole and it'll send it to a unwanted Genesis burn address. This burn address is made by the EVM on Genesis whenever the blockchain was created, and it has no private keys. So there's no access to and from this address. So the black hole is literally sending those tokens to a burn address for them never to be returned. You're literally destroying them. The hyperloop allows you to do the same exact thing, but you're sending it to an address that you want. So I can then send those tokens to another address. I can send these NFTs to another address, and I can essentially clean my wallet of the tokens I don't want in that wallet by sending them somewhere else. And then I just explain the airdropper. So I actually start with the black hole instead of the airdropper, and I'll go to the black hole here. Before we start, right here, I had to connect my wallet, so I'm actually going to go ahead and deactivate. When I deactivate, what this does is that it tells the application that my user should no longer be able to make transactions in the application. Essentially locks you out from the API side, and MetaMask still enables you on this site, but according to Web3 specifications, MetaMask has to ask you to disconnect a application. So I will have to disconnect after this, but if I go ahead and deactivate, the application should automatically deactivate me from the app. As you see here, it's going to refresh. I think Zoom is a little bit laggy, you might see a little bit, but as you see, it refreshed, and now I can connect my wallet again. If we go to MetaMask, you'll see that I'm still connected. I'll let this load up. Yeah, Zoom is like lagging my PC, but it says I'm still connected. See, but I still need to connect my wallet. So the app won't let you use the application even though you're connected to it through here. So that's just a way that you can deactivate. I'm gonna go ahead and connect my wallet again, and you'll see that pops up the MetaMask notification, and it says, wow, my Zoom is really, there you go. So it says, welcome back, my address, please allow us to re-authenticate you. So this is a signing transaction. You're signing you're making a signature for my application to make these transactions. So you see I'm now logged in, and now I have if I click on it, I have my account information. We have user preferences here, so I can refresh my account, and I can turn off the Starwave background. So if I go ahead and turn that off, then you can see that there's no star wave background, but I'm gonna keep that on. So that's just a little bit of what you could do. And then also you can request test tokens. We created our own faucet. Whenever you're connected to like Kovan, Rinkeby, Borley, or any test network, there's a faucet available where you can get test ERC20 and test ERC721s, NFTs. So that way you can play around with the application and test how it's going to work before you even use it on the mainnet. But as you can see right here, we have annihilation table and we have ingredients table. We also have NFTs. If you click on NFTs here, you see all the NFTs here. If I click on one of my NFTs, it shows the NFT name, the image of it, and what I'm going to be doing with it. I'm going to be annihilating this token, so I'm going to be sending it to a burn address, and I can also go and view it on the Explorer. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see, I'm going to annihilate one of these NFTs. I'm going to click on this one right here, and it shows no metadata because this NFT has not been indexed completely. If I was to refresh the index, it'll probably refresh the image as well, but just for time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and add this. And keep in mind, we can do multiple of these tokens, so I can add like multiple. So I click this, add that one, I'll add this one. You know, I can add all those, and I have three NFTs in the annihilation table, and I can then hit cast NFT annihilation. So now I'll have to go through each and every one of these and approve the black hole to annihilate these. For time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and remove 2 of them just so I can, just for proof of concept. As you can see, I can remove these from the table. So I'm just going to remove those and then cast annihilation for just this one. So I'm going to go ahead and approve the black hole. So that way we can send this token ID, unwanted couple meters number 21. With annihilation, you also, well, I'll go ahead and explain that once we see it, but I'm gonna go ahead and confirm. This is to approve it. Let the blockchain go ahead and do its thing. So it's approved. I hit confirm here and then hit confirm annihilation. So then this will go through, and I'll tell you the price. The price is always $1. We are using Chainlink price feeds to, as an oracle, our own custom oracle, to get the price for this transaction, and it's always $1. So this is $1 in ETH. It's always going to be $1. You may have the gas fees or network fees as well, but they confirm. And this will cast annihilation, casting. So nice. So then we can go to this, to the Explorer. We'll open that link. It's going to be indexing because it just happened. So yeah, it's indexing right now, but give it a few seconds and it should pop up. Okay, cool. So as you can see, I transferred that NFT from my wallet, NSC21, to an Ethereum burn address. I'll go ahead and open this for you. This is the Ethereum Genesis burn address. Let's go to this. See how this is Genesis. It was literally created 1800 days ago. The only transaction was, well, it had a transaction 138 days ago, but as you can see, it's a Genesis burn address. I have no access to this. No one has access to it. So you're literally casting your tokens away for annihilation. You're literally destroying them, cleaning your wallet of that. So if we were to go back, you see that I transferred that NFT to the burn address, and you also see that I got an NFT in return. So for COVID network, for the testing purposes, for the future, we are implementing a way where if you were to annihilate, you also get for a limited time, you also get an unwanted exclusive NFT. So by you destroying an NFT, you also get one of our own NFTs that you could have for a limited time. And we're just testing that functionality, and that's where you see where I destroyed an NFT and now I got an NFT back, which is this new NFT here. For the production, this is going to be very limited. We're not going to allow you to get an NFT back every single time. That's mostly just going to be for like, you know, a month at a time thing, or an exclusive event where anybody who's annihilating can get an NFT. But this is just a proof of concept here that the contract can annihilate tokens and also give you a token in return. So you can create and destroy at the same time. And that's the gist for annihilation. This works with also digital tokens. So I can choose any of these tokens here. I can add an amount that I want to destroy. I want to destroy 50% of this token of my balance. I add that there. I can click on it and edit this value. So if I go to this, I can be like, oh, I didn't want to edit. I didn't want to send 50%. I only want to send 100 or however much I like 100. And I save that value. And now it knows that, okay, you only want to send 100 of that token. And this will go through the same process as we showed it before with the NFTs, where you approve it, confirm, and it will only send those 100 tokens. The same goes for the Hyperloop. The Hyperloop is literally exactly the same, but it just does not send it to an EVM burn address. It actually sends it to an address that you choose. So I'm going to use tokens this time, and I'm going to choose this token. I'm going to send 25% of them to an address that I have, like I own, right? So it says that I can also edit these. So I can cast token Hyperloop, and I have to approve it, and I have to add in a receiver address. So I'm going to go ahead and approve, and then add an address here and just show you a proof of concept of how that's going to work. But it's literally the same, exactly the same. So let's go ahead and let MetaMask do its thing. It costs you nothing to approve, just network fees, by the way. So that's COVID Network asking me to pay to confirm or approve that this token. But whenever you're actually confirming annihilation, transfer, or airdropping, it's always, well, airdropping has different pricing, but for Hyperloop transferring and black hole annihilation, it's always 1 USD in the native token. So I'm gonna go ahead and select an address here. I'm just gonna select this one. And it automatically checks if the address is a valid address. As you can see, it uses Web3.js to check if it's a valid address. Hit confirm here, hit confirm transfer. And now it's going to say, okay, you're gonna send 411 million of this token to that address I just chose. So let MetaMask stop lagging. Hit confirm. And it's going to be casting transfer. So let that do it. And I should get a notification here. Nice. So let's go to Covan and check that out real quick. So nice. It said that I transferred this token, 411 million of it, to this address here. And if I go to this address, it shows that I just got, 23 seconds ago, or no. Right here. 23 seconds ago, or 30 seconds ago, I just got 411 million of this token sent by someone else. And if I go to the transaction hash, it shows that my contracts, or from me, sent that to this address. And it was facilitated by my contract. So that's what the Hyperloop can do. You can also do NFTs. And keep in mind, like, you can do multiple, so I can add multiple of these. I can add all 10 of these if I wanted to, but I'll have to approve each one of them and then send the transaction. So that's for annihilation with the black hole, and that's Hyperloop or standard transfers with the Hyperloop. And let me go ahead and show you the airdropper. So the airdropper is the most complicated one, or the complex one, because we're requiring you to add a CSV of the addresses that the receivers and what balances you want to receive. So I'm gonna go ahead and do tokens for this one. And let's see, I'm gonna choose UWX number 3, test over 3. I'm gonna add this token, and it says, okay, upload a CSV with addresses and amounts. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose a file, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Choose that. So I chose that, and it says, okay, it automatically parsed it and was like, okay, there's 29 addresses, and this is the total balance that you want to send. And what that CSV looks like is something like this. Let's see. It's literally just a list of addresses and the balances that we want to send. And the application just parses this and says, okay, these are the receivers, and these are the balances that you need to receive for each receiver. So it does all the math, says, okay, there's 29 addresses, this is it, and then let's cast the airdrop. So it says, by approving and confirming this transaction, you are allowed Unwanted to send the total balance 182,000 between 29 different addresses. So this will batch the 29 addresses into one transaction, and you'll be able to initiate an airdrop. But before, you have to approve the token to airdrop. So we're going to approve the token to send that total balance of 182,000. So we'll go ahead and approve it. So this motoDEX gives you the information about what you're doing, and if you want to remove and clear the queue and what you're going to be sending. If I was doing something that CSV that had like 10,000 addresses, you will see that it'll split the 10,000 addresses between 40 different, or 50 different batches, because the max amount of each batch is 200 addresses. So it'll split it between 50 different ones that you have to then initiate an airdrop of. As you see, it's approving right now, so let it approve, and then you see that it'll be like, all right, I can initiate airdrop. So now I can initiate the airdrop for this batch. This batch has 182,000 of that balance, and it's going to be sending it to 29 different addresses. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now for the airdrop, I was talking about pricing. So it's 20 cents in USD cents per address for this contract. So it's going to ask you like, oh, if you're doing 29 addresses, then it'll be 20 cents times 29 in the native token. And that's how much you have to you have to pay for that in the airdrop. So as you can see, it did that airdrop here. Let me get that hash. Let's see. Hash. So then we can go to transactions. Let's add that hash here real quick. So let's see. Let's go to my address real quick. So I just did it here 32 seconds ago. And as you can see, I airdropped that one token to 29 addresses based on the balances that I had set up inside of the CSV. So if we go back, I sent 29, the contract facilitated 29 transactions within a single transaction, and I'm sending all those balances to these addresses. So that's the gist of the app. The app can literally allows you to send multiple tokens in a single transaction, batching them together, saving you gas and time and errors, because doing it one by one takes a lot of time. You can make errors and everything. So this is just a utility application. It's a tool that allows you to transfer tokens or batch them together in a single transaction and get things done faster. Yeah, and that's the gist of the app. We have documentation here on the app that basically explains everything, how to airdrop, how to send multiple tokens, how to do annihilation. We also have a scam filter, because as you know, on the blockchain, anybody can create tokens, anybody can create any random token. And there's also dust attacks where people send you tokens deliberately to get you to transact with them, which will then give them access to your wallet. So what we did was that we created a filter that allows the app to know what NFTs or what tokens are scams, and it shows the tokens that are filtered here. It shows you that which ones are going to be removed from your annihilation table or your ingredient table, so that way you can't click on them, you can't add them to the table and then transact with them. We also have the ability where you as a user can go and submit these. You can go on the actual Student Unwanted application website, and you can submit tokens that are scams. You can be like, oh, this token is not on the filter already, but I know it's a scam, so I'm going to submit it to Unwanted, so that way Unwanted can add it to their filter list. And you can see that on the next version of this application. On this right now, it's not showing up on staging, but we already have that functionality implemented. It's just for this demo, it's not showing up, but we have that there. And then how it works and everything, I'm not going to go through it for this demo, but it relies on a Web2 API and a decentralized application that hooks into our smart contracts. We also have an SDK to do math and do conversions and hook into our Oracle. And we also have a roadmap where explains the NFTs and how NFTs are minted for the period of time using annihilation, and how that works with seasons. And our current, like season 1 would probably be something like this, where you have a couple of noodles type NFTs. But besides that, you can just kind of go onto the DoraHacks information and look at the documentation, and then I'll be continuously updating these documentations that we have information on how to use the application. But most of the information is already here. You can just go on the docs or go into the website and check it out. Currently, this is only deployed on the COVID network, but because we have very flexible upgradable contracts, this can be deployed on every network that relies on the EVM. So all Ethereum testnets, all Binance testnets, Moonriver, Avalanche, or Arbitrism, any EVM, Phantom, Polygon, all of them, any EVM-based chain, this will be deployed on. So you can use this on any chain, basically. And I think that's around like 20 different chains. So today I'm actually working on getting on this on Binance, but yeah, that's the gist of the application. And if you have any information and any question or anything, you can hit me up or look at the documentation. Thank you so much for letting me showcase this. And yeah, that's the Unwanted application.
Got it. Yeah, thanks very much for the presentation and your time. And I guess that's it for today. Really appreciate all the team to join us and share the information about what you guys are trying to build right now and in the future. And yeah, so for all the audience, I think if you have any questions for any of the team, please feel free to engage with them. You can find all their information on the DoraHacks website, and I believe they are more than willing to engage with you guys. And if you haven't followed us on YouTube, please make sure you do that so you won't miss out any of the upcoming events like today's. And we hope that you're all doing great in the future and kickstart the next superstar product in the industries. Good luck and happy building in the future. And have a good one. See you guys soon.
Thank you.